How's it going, everyone? My name is Mulder and welcome to GameChron, your #1 stop for tips and tricks on your favorite video games. Today we continue our journeys in Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning gameplay tips and tricks part 3. In this video we'll cover the blacksmithing skill and what it takes to create some powerful weapons and armor provided you have the right materials to do it, why the Dispel skill is worth upgrading especially later on in certain story missions, what particular powerful creature you should be going after if you want between 5 to 900 gold per kill, and then finally how to get yourself a free house once you help out a small village with a giant spider problem. All that and more straight ahead. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for a lot more. Now it's time to sit back, relax, and enjoy our Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning tips video. Let's start things off with a blacksmithing skill. Now the higher you upgrade your blacksmithing skill unlocks more slots for you when you go to the forge and add materials in to craft a better piece of weapon or armor depending upon what you're looking for. The more slots that are open for you, the higher the stats are going to be for that piece of armor or weapon you're trying to craft. You will find blacksmithing forges all across the world. In fact, the starting town that you have at the beginning of the game has a blacksmithing forge right inside of it. Now it's not just the amount of materials you can throw into crafting your item, but it also depends on the quality of the materials that you're using. Improved or greater material can actually increase the stats on your item depending upon how much you're using. Depending on the type of material you're using and the level of your blacksmithing skill, you can actually put in things like, say, increased mana, increased damage, fire damage, physical resistance. It all depends upon what you're looking for as you're crafting this piece of armor or weapon. Now you will get materials from fallen enemies to even opening up hidden chests. But let's say, for example, there's a weapon or an armor piece that you're really trying to forge but you haven't found the materials out in the field yet. There are two things you can do. The first is that at the forge you can salvage both armor and weapons you aren't using, get the materials from those things, and add them to the piece that you're trying to build. Again, this depends on your blacksmithing skill level, but breaking down certain pieces of armor or weapons will give you the materials you need to finish off what piece you're trying to build. Low on weapons or armor that you want to break down for materials, the next best thing is to go to either a weapon or an armor merchant. You will find these merchants right next door to your forge. Now through my experience, weapon and armor merchants will only sell you a certain type of material. For example, this merchant right here is only selling improved materials. It's still good, but if you're able to find materials that's greater or higher, you'll be able to craft a more powerful piece of armor or weapon. Now don't get me wrong, you'll still be able to find powerful loot along your journey, but if you're the kind of player that wants to build their own pieces of armor and weapons to fit your playstyle, definitely focus on upgrading your blacksmith skill. Now I mentioned in my previous video you could dispel certain types of chests or totems to where you can unlock some rare loot inside. Failure to dispel these things will actually curse your character. But another great thing to having your dispel skill high is that now you can also break apart certain spells that have affected characters. Along your journey you're going to run into characters that might be possessed by dark magic. Because they're possessed, they might wind up attacking you if you don't break that spell. For example, during one of my factions quests with the Fae, I actually had to go save a bunch of Fae council members who had fallen under control by a powerful sorceress. Every single one of these council members, if I didn't free them from her spell, was going to attack me. Because my dispel skill was so high, I was able to free them and spare their lives. Certain characters that you free from dark spells will later on reward you for your help. They'll sometimes give you coin for saving their lives or a rare item. It all depends upon what they have to offer once you free them. Again, you can play this game the way you want. I find it very easy that once I had my dispel up high enough, I was able to save a lot of people's lives and get some good loot out of it in the end. Or if you simply just want to take them on and get some extra XP, you can do that too. Now let's talk about a particular type of creature you should go out of your way to hunt down immediately if you want a lot of gold for the kill. That type of creature is of course mountain trolls. You will find a group of mountain trolls in this region right here along with a side quest asking you to hunt these things down. Your average mountain troll can pack a powerful punch. If you take on a mountain troll unprepared and have weak armor or not very strong weapons, the average mountain troll can actually kill you with 2 to 3 hits. Every mountain troll I killed so far gave me between 5 to 900 gold per kill along with some pretty rare loot. Because this area is swarming with mountain trolls because there's a quest nearby to help an injured warrior kill these things in order to avenge his comrades, I definitely recommend you go out of your way to do this as soon as you can, especially if you're low on gold. So far in this area, I've killed about 7 mountain trolls. These trolls range from the side quest helping the warrior to even just my main quest as well. So if you want a challenge, get extra XP, and a lot of gold, go out of your way to head to this region immediately and take down some mountain trolls. And now finally, let's talk about the free house you can get by helping out a small little town. Here in the region of Webwood, you will find a small little village in the middle of nowhere. This village is surrounded by giant spiders. Once you fight your way into the village, you'll find one villager asking you to help find their chief warrior who took a party in to go hunt some spiders in a cave. Once you find the chief warrior inside, explain to him that something's fishy going on back in his town. I also recommend that you spare his life. Once you return to the town, the chief warrior will be waiting for you, asking for your help to put an end to the spider problem. Now, regardless if you choose to continue on this side quest or not, you'll now get a free house thanks for helping him. This small little house, once you get inside, you can rest your character, store any type of loot that you don't want to carry around anymore but you don't want to sell or break down either, and you can even change the look of your character if you wish. I really found getting this house to be very useful because as I was continuing to play the game, I was getting more and more rare loot that I didn't want to sell or break down. But because I got tired of carrying this stuff in my inventory, I now have a house to where I can then store it into a chest and go get it later if I need it, and rest my character before I go off on the next quest. So definitely take advantage of getting this free house once you help this small town with its spider problem. And that's it for our Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning gameplay tips and tricks part 3. I hope this video helped you out, and if it did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for a lot more. We have a couple more videos planned for Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning, but we're also going to be doing videos on Watch Dogs Legion, Star Wars Squadrons, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Cyberpunk 2077, and a lot more. I cannot wait to dive into those games with you, but until then, I'm Mulder, and I'll see you next time in the GameChron.